What's going on, everybody? I am back with 100 matches played as Rogue, except this time I played the last 50 matches in Ranked, and this is what I learned. This was my first time ever playing Ranked in Marvel Rivals, and it was quite the experience. I did end up playing more than 50 matches in Ranked, but with other heroes I've learned so far, and I managed to reach Platinum 3. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, so you'll have to let me know in the comments. Before I get into the new things I learned about Rogue, I've got to talk about the things I noticed almost immediately as I climbed the ranks. The very first thing I noticed is that people truly do just throw games for one reason or another. I've seen a lot of videos of people talking about this, but I personally didn't think it was as bad as everyone made it out to seem. However, after experiencing ranks, I can confirm it really is that bad, and I don't understand why people do it. The next thing I noticed is that in the lowest ranks, healing is hard to come by, and that can be really frustrating. However, I sympathize with those willing to heal in ranked because although it's an unpopular opinion, I personally think strat is the hardest role to provide value on. And since I find it difficult, I always make it a point to peel for my supports if possible, because if they go down, the team is going to go down, and something I saw constantly is people are not trying to keep their supports alive, and you're losing games because of that. The last thing I learned is that switching heroes when you're being countered is just as important as peeling for your strategist. And it's not something I'm seeing people do very often. I'm even guilty of it myself at times, but there were multiple matches where I switched off a Rogue when she just wasn't the move. And look, it sucks to switch off of a hero that you really want to play, but you have to remind yourself, and I gotta do it too, that the W is the only thing that matters. So while it might suck to switch, if it's the best thing for the team and increases your chances of winning, you should do it. Aside from that, I learned that Rogue's ultimate is best used if you can pop it on the enemy supports rather than the tanks or DPS. But you're not always going to be able to do that because this game is very situational. Also, try to make sure every ability is available to you the second you pop your ult. Next, even though it is super fun to do the crazy combos after you steal somebody's ability, it's not a bad idea to hold on to that for when someone pops your ult because you might be able to cancel it. Be careful though, because some of them you cannot cancel as Rogue. That's going to do it for this video, and as always, it's been 100 matches, so now I've got to switch roles and learn a new hero. DPS is up next, so comment below who you'd like to see me play. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.